John Cena dodges The Rock backstage. The best and worst of WWE Saturday night's main event. Zelina Vega's SmackDown loss exposes WWE's flawed booking. Triple H strips a WWE Superstar of championship as a punishment for their actions. Backstage reports on Seth Rollins' stable after Bronson Reed. Drew McIntyre leaves WWE after Saturday night's main event. WWE abruptly cuts off Jey Uso. Triple H signing Brock Lesnar's 23-year-old daughter to WWE. John Cena teases yet another character change. Jimmy Uso sends a message to Jey Uso. Let's dive right in. The best and worst of WWE Saturday night's main event. WWE's latest Saturday night's main event was a roller coaster, with some moments shining bright and others falling flat. Jesse the Body Ventura stepped in to call the action, bringing a fresh vibe compared to Pat McAfee and Michael Cole's fan-like commentary. The WWE and World Heavyweight champs defended their titles, but their matches didn't quite deliver. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman grew their crew, while Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest's feud rumbled on. Here's what worked and what didn't. Number 1. Ron Cena versus John Cena steals the show. Sort of John Cena facing R-Truth in a non-title match sounded underwhelming, but it had a clever hook with Truth's childhood hero angle. Truth came out to Cena's music dressed as him, calling himself Ron Cena, and the commentators played along. The match was short and sweet, not a marathon like a Roman Reigns Triple H Mania epic. Truth and the announcers thought Cena's heel days were softening since he didn't belt whack Truth, but a low blow proved them wrong. It was a fun, quick hit, though it lacked title stakes. Number 2. Priest's weak win over McIntyre. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre vowed their steel cage match would end their brutal rivalry. They brought the pain, delivering hard-hitting action, but the finish fizzled. After a Conchair 2 on McIntyre, Priest just strolled out of the cage for the win, as Jesse Ventura noted. He didn't climb or dish out more punishment. McIntyre popped up seconds later, making Priest's victory feel hollow. The ending might have been to give McIntyre time off for injuries, but it left their feud unresolved and the crowd wanting more. Number 3. Heyman's crew gets a monster boost. Kicking off the show with CM Punk and Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker was a smart move, hinting at main event drama. The teams went all out, trading blows with pure bad blood. Paul Heyman's meddling paved the way for a huge surprise, Bronson Reed's return. Reed smashed Punk through a barricade, throwing Zayn off and letting Breaker's spear seal the win. Adding the massive Reed to Rollins' squad was a game changer, setting up big things. Number 4. Chelsea Green's losing streak drags on. Chelsea Green's a fan favorite on SmackDown, with her goofy yet lovable act. But against Zelina Vega, she was 0-4 going into this show, and now it's 0-5. Their match felt like a SmackDown filler, offering nothing new from their past clashes. Green's loss made little sense. Had she dropped the women's US title to Vega and earned a Money in the Bank spot, it could have worked. Instead, her 2-month skid hurts her momentum and left the match feeling pointless. Number 5. Rhodes' return saves a dull main event. The hyped World Heavyweight title match between Jey Uso and Logan Paul was a letdown. It felt messy, with no fresh moves from either star. Paul yanked off the middle buckle pad, and Jey crashed into it head first, but even after a kickout, the drama fizzled. Jey's first title defense ended with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker jumping him, showing the Booker's lack of trust in a clean win. Cody Rhodes' return to challenge for Money in the Bank was the highlight, but commercial breaks and rushed pacing dulled the moment. The WWE Universe is torn over this uneven show. Which moments hit for you and which flopped? Zelina Vega's SmackDown loss exposes WWE's flawed booking. Zelina Vega's recent SmackDown loss has stirred up some serious talk about WWE's creative choices, with former head writer Vince Russo calling out the company's missteps. As the reigning Women's United States champion, Vega stepped into a high-stakes triple-threat qualifying match for Money in the Bank against Charlotte Flair and the debuting Julia. Despite giving it her all, Vega took the fall after Julia's Northern Lights bomb. On Brodown with Mac Davis, Russo slammed WWE's logic, saying the Triple H-led team thinks a champ can eat a loss without damage just because they hold a title. He argued this even-Steven booking is why WWE struggles to create true stars. Here's their logic. We already know Zelina Vega is not going to win because she already has a belt. So here's their logic. We'll beat Zelina Vega because she has a belt and she's a champion, so it won't hurt her. That's their logic, he said. The drama didn't end in the ring. Backstage, Vega clashed with Chelsea Green, and things got heated until Michin and B-Fab jumped in to fend off Piper Niven and Alba Fire. Later that night, Machine and B-Fab got some payback, beating the Secret Hervis in a tag team match. The WWE Universe is fired up over Vega's booking. Does this loss hurt her shine, or can she bounce back stronger? What's your take on WWE's call? Triple H strips a WWE Superstar of Championship as a punishment for their actions. WWE's Saturday night's main event in May 2025 aired on NBC, delivered a night of thrills under Triple H's creative watch. The show kicked off with Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins taking down CM Punk and Sami Zayn, while the main event saw Jey Uso defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul. Zelina Vega also put her Women's United States Championship on the line against former champ Chelsea Green, holding on to her title with a win. But a messy moment in the match stole the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, and it could cost Vega big time. During the match, Vega tried to hit a 619, but got tangled in the ropes, accidentally smacking Green's nose with her leg, causing it to bleed heavily. This botch might push Triple H to strip Vega of the Women's US Championship as a storyline punishment. Green, already upset over losing the title and now this rematch, could demand justice, leading the game to step in and take the belt off Vega to shake things up. It's crucial to note that the entire scenario is speculative in nature and merely based on assumptions. As of now, no reports are indicating backstage heat for Zelina following her botch at Saturday night's main event. The fallout from this incident could also see Green written off TV. Frustrated by her losses and now nursing a busted nose, WWE might give her a break to heal and plan her next move. This could open the door for fresh faces to chase the Women's US title and set Green up for a non-title feud when she returns. The WWE Universe is on edge, wondering if Triple H will drop the hammer on Vega and how Green's absence will shift SmackDown's women's division. What's your take on this chaotic turn? Backstage reports on Seth Rollins' stable after Bronson Reed. Saturday night's main event 39 delivered a jaw-dropping twist when Bronson Reed returned to WWE and joined Seth Rollins' stable, shaking up the night. Rollins and Braun Breaker faced CM Punk and Sami Zayn in a heated tag match, and just when Punk and Zayn seemed poised for victory, Reed stormed in, his first appearance since Survivor Series 2024. His attack on Punk tipped the scales, letting Rollins and Breaker snag the win. Following the match, Bronson Reed was officially confirmed as the new member of the stable as he stood alongside Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. Word from Backstage per Fightful Select reveals Reed's addition was a last-minute call. WWE hadn't planned to expand the group until WrestleMania 41 week, making his arrival a total curveball. What's even wilder is that Reed and Rollins were bitter rivals before Reed's injury, trading wins in a fierce feud. With no clear reason yet for their sudden alliance, the WWE Universe is itching for Rollins or Reed to spill the tea on how they buried the hatchet. Will this powerhouse stable dominate, or are cracks already forming? What's your take on Reed's stunning move? Drew McIntyre leaves WWE after Saturday night's main event. Drew McIntyre's time in WWE has hit a pause after a crushing defeat at Saturday night's main event. A report from PW Insider dropped the bombshell that fans might not see the Scottish Warrior for a while. In a brutal steel cage match, Damian Priest unleashed a Con Chair 2, a nod to his former faction mate, now AEW's Edge, leaving McIntyre motionless. The ref called in doctors to check on him, and Priest strolled out the cage door to claim the win, despite Jesse Ventura's complaints. According to a report by PW Insider, following his loss at Saturday night's main event, Drew McIntyre will be gone from WWE for the foreseeable future as he is dealing with multiple injuries. This loss seems to wrap up McIntyre's intense feud with Priest, but it's his absence that's got everyone talking. PW Insider says McIntyre's sidelined with multiple injuries, keeping him off WWE TV for the near future. It's unclear if this break is purely for recovery, to let him tackle other projects, or just a well-earned rest. The WWE Universe is left wondering when, or if, the Scottish Warrior will storm back. What's your take on McIntyre's sudden exit? WWE abruptly cuts off Jey Uso. Jey Uso was hyping up the crowd with his epic entrance at Saturday night's main event, but WWE made a head-scratching call to cut him off mid-strut for an ad. The show was packed with huge moments, like Bronson Reed's return after nearly 200 days and Cody Rhodes' comeback after a month, stealing the spotlight. But one glaring misstep had the WWE Universe venting on X. Way too many poorly timed commercials, especially the one that chopped Jey's entrance short. The fact that it energizes the crowd suggests that it's must-watch television. Instead, it was cut off for an advertisement. Jey, the World Heavyweight Champion, has one of wrestling's most electric entrances, firing up fans every time. Cutting it off was wild, especially since he entered first, only for Logan Paul's entrance to get hit with another ad just minutes later. These back-to-back breaks threw off the vibe for tons of viewers, souring the champ's big moment. The WWE Universe is frustrated. Why mess with Jey's must-see entrance? What's your take on this blunder? Triple H signing Brock Lesnar's 23-year-old daughter to WWE. Brock Lesnar hasn't been seen in a WWE ring for a while, and his comeback remains up in the air. But his 23-year-old daughter, Maya Lesnar, is making waves in college sports, grabbing attention with her fourth straight shot put title at the Mountain West Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Already an NCAA indoor champ, Maya's smashed records and racked up awards, proving she's a star in track and field. Though she missed the 2024 Paris Olympics US team, her talent has put her on the radar, and Triple H might be ready to bring her into WWE with an NIL contract. Considering her recent success and potential, Triple H could offer Maya an NIL contract. With no wrestling experience, Maya would need time to learn the ropes, but training under WWE's top coaches could turn her into a major player, much like her dad. As a second-generation star, she could tap into Brock's know-how to make a quick splash. An NIL deal might shift her career from track to wrestling, setting her up as a future powerhouse. This is all just talk for now, with no official word on Maya joining WWE. Meanwhile, Brock's future is also a mystery. Last seen at SummerSlam 2023, he fell to Cody Rhodes but gave him a respectful nod afterward. Recently, Lesnar was spotted with his wife Sable, rocking long hair and a full beard, a fresh look that's got the WWE Universe wondering if he's gearing up for a return. The WWE Universe is dying to know if Maya will step into the ring or if Brock will make a comeback. What's your take on this Lesnar family saga? John Cena teases yet another character change. John Cena faced off with his ultimate fan, R-Truth, at WWE Saturday night's main event, and what went down had the WWE Universe on the edge of their seats. The 17-time world champ played mind games, making R-Truth think he'd play fair. Truth rolled into the arena dressed as Cena, using his theme song and copying his entrance routine to a T. The crowd ate it up, but Cena wasn't laughing. Before the bell even rang, he jumped Truth, unloading shoulder tackles and dropping a 5-knuckle shuffle. Truth fought back, hitting his own shoulder tackles and landing a 5-knuckle shuffle. He even nailed an attitude adjustment for a near fall. Truth locked in the STF, but Cena reached the ropes. The match took a wild turn when Cena grabbed his championship belt, looking ready to smash Truth. For a moment, he hesitated, handing the belt to the ref, acting like he was turning back to his old hero self. The WWE Universe held its breath, sensing a shift. But with the ref distracted, Cena struck with a low blow, crushing Truth's hopes. He sealed the deal with an AA for the win, proving his heel side was still in charge. The WWE Universe is reeling. Will Cena ever ditch his ruthless streak? What's your take on his latest trick? Jey Uso sends a message to Jey Uso. Jey Uso dropped a touching message for his twin brother Jey Uso, celebrating their 15-year milestone in WWE. The Usos, alongside their cousin Tamina, burst onto the scene on the May 24th, 2010 episode of Raw. Now, with 8 tag team titles between them and Jey holding the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, their legacy is stronger than ever. While Jimmy's on SmackDown, he played a big role in hyping Jey up for WrestleMania 41. On Instagram, Jimmy gave props to his brother and marked their anniversary. "Thank you, brother. You say Juicy God is great. 15, wrote Jimmy. Jey snatched the World Heavyweight title from Gunther at WrestleMania 41, and Jimmy was right there in the ring for the celebration. Before the match, Gunther left Jimmy bloodied in a vicious attack to mess with Jey's head. The brothers, joined by Sami Zayn, also showed up on the first Raw after Mania, but they've been carving their own paths since. Jey kept his title strong, fending off Logan Paul at Saturday night's main event. Meanwhile, Jimmy's last match was on SmackDown, teaming with Rey Fenix against Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo. The WWE Universe loves the Usos bond. Will they team up again soon? What's your take on Jimmy's message? John Cena dodges The Rock backstage. Backstage at Saturday night's main event, WWE Champion John Cena and World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso had a heated run-in that raised eyebrows, especially over Cena's refusal to mention The Rock. Jey kicked things off by reminding Cena that the last time they met, he knocked him out to win the 2025 Royal Rumble. Cena, unfazed, fired back, piling on the pressure for Jey's title defense against Logan Paul by mocking him about the shame of losing the belt to a YouTuber. It's certainly taboo, especially for someone like Cena, who scratched and clawed his way into becoming the top guy in WWE. What stood out was Cena praising Jey's legendary wrestling family, the most iconic in the business, without once name-dropping Jey's cousin, The Rock. This wasn't a one-off. Since turning heel in March, Cena has dodged mentioning the final boss on TV, even as The Rock's influence looms large over his current villainous arc. Cena also teased his looming retirement while jabbing Jey about the Logan Paul match. The WWE Universe is hooked on this shade. Why is Cena ghosting The Rock? What's your take on this backstage drama?